The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
WDC is now on your radio. Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, trying to score, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right, you name it. They gon' bring it to you live. Talking sports and entertainment. From the famous and the you name it. Cover all sports from the football field.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Farron, aka WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. As always, we have a very spectacular, important show for you right here on Morris Media Live on Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Make sure you check out our social media at Sports Collective Media on Instagram and Chasing Hoop Dreams as well on Instagram as we do our Chasing Hoop Dreams segment on there. We post those clips on that site. If you've been looking at the social media for this past week, we had a Chasing Hoop Dreams segment scheduled. But our guest did not make it in today, so we will reschedule him. In the future, we already have a couple guests lined up for next Monday as well. So, again, just make sure you check out the social media for those highlights and for those posts. I don't do this alone, as you know. Shouts out to Ilya, Cali sportsman, who's in the Bay hanging out with his family. Man, we appreciate you, man. Shout you out. But I'm going to introduce the deck real quick, and we're going to get started. I got quite a few guests here, so we're going to break up these segments and just have a conversation with you, definitely around sports and life and mental toughness and conversations like that. So go ahead, man. You're not brand new here.
My name is Mustafa. I'm the co-founder of an organization, nonprofit organization based out of South Central called United Communities for Peace.
Cool. And Mr.
Don P. Free. Felt like I haven't been here for like a year, but it's only been a month and a half, but glad to be back and been checking out the shows on YouTube, and they've been going strong.
I know, man. Thank you. Come on, sir.
I'm Dwayne, venture coordinator for the Fair Chance Project, also founder of the OVN Classics, Old School versus New School, basketball mentorship program.
So if you watched last week's show, I mean, we've been celebrating the Nike 3-on-3. It was great for all of us to be there and to represent. So which one you want to start with your experience? I know you had some youth out there, so coach.
My experience was great. I think, me being on the side of dealing in the community and making sure that we have resources and stuff like that for our youth and trying to empower families, trying to not only liberate but make our community more inclusive. This was one of those moments to where we became inclusive. Mm-hmm. And it also liberated the teams that I played with, that I actually coached. I had to go into the coaching role. Coached some young men, one of them out of the Nickerson Gardens, one of them out of the Jordan Downs, and one of them out of San Pedro. So we brought some young men together because of that interaction and the activity that went on the court. We had some young ladies from Santa Monica College that was on the Santa Monica College girls basketball team.
And they played in the championship. Me and Americans walked past. No, me and Buddha walked past, and they were getting ready to play the championship game.
So they asked me to come and coach them, so I went down and did that. And I think it was great because the young men that I was working with and coaching, they ended up coming to participate for the young ladies and kind of cheer for them. So it created, relationships.
What did you see overall for those young males?
I saw an opportunity. I saw something different. A light turned on. They became more, I want to say, interested in self. They became more open-minded. They want to travel. They want to get involved. One of the struggles that I have is working with families in my community is to get not only the youth involved, but the families involved.
Parents,
the parents don't want to get involved. So these young men want to get involved now. And that's the blessing.
How did you get their mental toughness together? Coming from those areas, we know those areas can be rough. So how do they transition from the environment to the court? What did you see?
I mean, I think they already have that mental toughness. They play basketball. They play basketball as a way for them to stay away from the drama and the bull crap. You know, one of them said that he bounces the ball just so he don't have to hear the arguments from his parents and stuff like that. So that's what they want to be. But the hope, will we ever be good enough to be on the in this type of environment?
And they got a chance to see.
They got a chance to see.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, kind of pretty much put them in a different position to want to go stronger and play harder. You know, I noticed that they were out of shape. They didn't win because of their ability.
Like a cardio?
It wasn't a cardio.
What was it?
It was the willpower.
What?
It was the hunger. It was the want, the need. So,
okay.
You know, and then the next day the families came out to support them. So that was big.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for your contribution. Come on, P4E, man. You had a whole lot of squads out there, man.
Yeah, it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but it still worked out. The guys, you know, got kicked out of the tournament, unfortunately, but Nike said we weren't cheating, but they had to kick us out because other teams were really cheating. So that was good and bad. We'll be invited back. Next year's invite only for the elite division, and they said we'll already be invited back because of that. They knew we weren't cheating. But it's opened up doors where the guys, Buddha, Adam, and Drew, they just lost in the championship at the VBL 2-on-2 to a couple of my other guys, which was kind of cool. And then they're playing this Sunday, the 18th, in the Adidas 3-on-3 for $15,000. So and they have a beast, a 6'9" dude, Deshaun Stevens. He's a beast. So they have a good chance to take it. The top 8 go to play on the 24th for the championship. So it was a good experience. I got to see Bi play in the championship with her, and because we lost, I got to move around and talk to different folks. So it all worked out.
So I guess the learning piece for all of us that if we're going to be participating is that the updates need to be done on the internet and not
through the
email.
website only. And that's
that?
what they stress. So he's good. He knows. So we learned a lot, but every situation is a learning opportunity, and the only way you should be mad about any situation is if you don't learn from it and grow from it. So that's what I told the guys. It actually brought us closer. And tonight we'll be battling out for the championship in our league at 8:00. So
you got 2 games in your league.
Yeah,
tonight, right?
the P4E team's playing at 8 in our open division. Then we have our everybody else division, but 2 solid teams though. But our A division is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So it's going down.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go there and actually film some of that this evening so we can get some of those highlights.
It's going to be a good one.
Anything else you want to say about P4E, man, before I pass the mic?
We've had a ton of stuff going on, and last night we just played in the Fast Action tournament in Irvine at Irvine Valley College. We beat a Drew League team. We only had 5, and 2 of the guys were Drew and Adam, and they were dead because they had played 8 games at the VBL. So they were walking around like 80-year-olds, but they still held it down, and we got the victory. And then, so on the 25th, we played for the championship in that tournament against Miles Simon, who's a modern-day legend, and he won the NCAA Player of the Year with Arizona. He's actually a Laker coach now. And Landry Fields, who played with the Knicks. So it's a team of all ex-D1 shooters. They have 3, 6, 10 guys that shoot threes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting.
So, shouts out to Americus, because Americus was here last week, and he had a lot of teams in this 3-on-3. And just so happens that our next guest actually played against Americus, one of his teams. And, Dwayne, what you want to say about that, man? Because you had the cameras.
I want to say, first and foremost, when Don said called cheating, they not literally cheating. So don't take that the wrong way. It's just he had more players than that was registered on the roster, and all of them wanted to play. so they kind of like jumped in the game when they shouldn't have been in the game. So anyway, some the refs and some of the other teams like, oh no, they were not registered. There
was a lot of snitching
they was
going
winning.
on.
They had the whole.
It was teams that were actually cheating, snitching, which is
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, because they had wrapped up the day before on Saturday. They won all the games, no losses. And so. Fortunate, I'll try to make the changes, as possible I could, but it was a lot of changes being made, and I couldn't just do it all myself. And I'm just grateful that the team that I brought out to represent the OVN, they played against some elite team, and they won. Yeah, so I was grateful for that. But and I thank Nick, man, for giving me the sponsorship to come on there. Now I'm throwing a shout out to Ice Cube because we're looking at the Ice Cubes 3-on-3 on September 1st.
Yes.
And I want to take my winners out there then. And so
and they're gonna watch a game.
Yeah.
Watch the game.
Yeah. So, I mostly I tell the youth because when we started with the youth, we was trying to bridge that communication line between the old school and the new school, and I learned some things from the youth, man. I mean, texting. They texting initials, and I'm like, what the hell that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? And they showing me how to text using your letters, just letters as opposed to the whole word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning that from
Like
them.
RN for right now.
Yeah, for right now. So, and then they also learning from me that old school values mean like, may I go to the restroom, or excuse me, thank you, open the door for a woman. You know, things old school values, man. That's what they don't have the knowledge of, man, because a lot of us.
So what did you see from your squad here before we bring them up on this next break? Yeah, what did you see?
Y'all need to check the video out on Facebook. You can look at Dwayne Dixon. You can look at the OVN Classic on Facebook, and you can see the dribbles, the shots. I mean, you see their game. Their game, because I was telling someone else that they was always thought of as losers because they was ex-con, ex-game members. Man, they came home, proved they was winners, man, because they won all the way to the last final game. Yeah. And that was, like I told you, Team Tilly. And just Team Tilly outshot them. But they was running all day and the day before that. And when I first started, I had the Liberator Lifers that was playing. You know what I'm saying? We played one court event at the Staples Center. Them dudes come back the next day smelling like Ben Gay with ace bandages and everything, man. They couldn't take that, the stretch. So, but they took it like champions, man, and I'm proud.
So how do you now looking back at that? Like, what is your experience of all of that?
My experience on all that is I need. They say teamwork makes the dream work. I need to have some more experienced coaches that and I'm not saying. Because he had to help me. Because I'm not experienced.
Yeah, he was with the
coach.
youth, so.
Yeah, and then the refs, I should have had somebody in there watching the ref who was calling them foul plays. Like, too smooth could come out. Hey, too smooth, man, come out with me.
Oh, when
man.
the sub, how to sub them
watch
out.
them refs, man.
Yeah.
And so, because they got, they cheated a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, because they favored team. But one ref that we had on court 31.
Oh, the lady, yeah.
Man, the lady said, Dwayne, she said, this is the best game I've witnessed since I've been here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they was playing hard in the paint. They went hard in the paint.
Cool.
So they'll tell you about it.
So we actually take a break because I want to bring these two gentlemen up here and have a conversation with them. Anything you want to say, man, before?
Oh, I just want to say that recently, last week, I got 7 new youth. And I know what Dwayne is talking about is bringing us the old school and the new school together, and also having them mentor some of our youth about the system. Some of these youth, they want to glorify it and they want to make it there. So we're going to make sure that we do that, whether it's this week or next week, and have the brothers to talk to them about the system and the negatives about that, instead of them, glorifying and having them go to the system and become slaves.
Yeah. P for you, what's up, man?
Nah, just excited about the future. We got a lot, like our championship game going on tonight. We got 2 money tournaments coming up. We got Undisputed for 3K. We got the Hub. We're the defending champs, so we're going to go out and defend that title. That's for 2K. So a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully I'll find out soon about the final 100% that we're in the Drew next year. So hopefully that comes soon. So we got a verbal, but it's nothing's committed until it's for sure.
And shouts out to my man Double R. We got the highlights for you today. So you're gonna have to watch that on the IGTV, probably somewhere around 9:00 tonight. That should be up on our Instagram for his highlights. What's up with you in any sports topics you want to spit out real quick? What are you watching now?
Me, what do I watch?
Yeah, basketball. What are you looking? Basketball, football,
boxing.
What happened in the boxing world?
Anything? I haven't been watching.
Oh, you haven't been watching?
I've been too busy.
Yeah.
But that's my sport. Yeah.
MMA's and boxing.
MMA, boxing, and stuff like that. I respect basketball, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I need to actually I want to get more involved, man, and build a team now. So, yeah,
That's what's up.
it was good. Yeah.
Good experience.
Yeah.
Any highlights?
Cormier's coming up. He was just on the radio today, Daniel Cormier. A heavyweight championship fight for MMA. But yeah, just the baseball season winding down. That's what I played all the way up to semi-pro. But so it's going to be the Dodgers, Astros, Yankees. Going to be battling out for the World Series.
Whatever.
I'm
We
just
know how
saying.
the Dodgers go.
Hey, you got to get there, and then you have a chance. Fredo, I got you back. I got your back there. This guy don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't.
Angel fan.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so we're going to take this quick break because I want to bring these two gentlemen up here for some Chasing the Hoop Dreams type of segment. So, again, thanks for tuning in to Sports Collective TV. We'll be right back.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep.
Yeah, so my name is Ken Q. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a youth advocate, and I'm a host. I do a multitude of different things. Event producer, spoken word artist. Got to plug that as well. So
So it's good to have these organizations that are creating events that are organically to be able to get people to socialize, to communicate, to talk. Where did you get all that mental toughness?
For me, it's been learned throughout trial and error, to be honest. About 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, I made a decision, and I said I don't want to do anything that's not in alignment with my purpose. In order to reach purpose, you have to go through trial. So for me, I just learned to embrace the trial, and for me, my trial, my rock bottom was homelessness. So that gave me a whole nother level of mental toughness.
Voice out west, legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first
AskAlia.com. Media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskAlia.com.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your health care. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu. All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. Again, I'm your host and moderator. I'm Ferran, aka WDC. Hey, if you need information about sickle cell trait, please go to wdconsct.org. That PSA that you just heard, I participated in that. We are trying to help these researchers figure out why some of us have been collapsing and quite a few have died from what they are saying is a sickle cell trait exertion with rhabdomyolysis. So if you can have the trait and you want to participate in that, please go to that website or just hit me up. I'll give you the information. I participated in that. I sent my blood work in, answered my questions, and hopefully we will help, save some lives in this work. So again, if you want information, wdconsct.org. All right, so let's just get right into it. Introduce yourself, man. Let's get started.
I'm Brandon.
All right,
I'm Nate.
Nate?
Yep.
So what was your experience when you first were notified that you were going to even be in the Nike 3-on-3?
I was excited.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I really got to play competitively, so I was ready.
What was your experience previously when you say?
Well, I've been incarcerated for the last 7 years, so I just been in prison gyms and prison yards hooping.
You played ball before that?
Oh yeah, I've been hooping since I was like 1 year old.
What was that? Would you play high school?
Yeah, I played high school for a minor time, but I got in trouble
Yeah.
at a young age, so I really didn't get to finish. But yeah, I played in Stone Mountain High School.
Okay.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, real okay then.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it like in Georgia, man?
Oh, we hoop. That's what we do.
Everything ATL fan?
Everything. The football is all right, but the Hawks,
yeah,
they all right. They don't be doing too good, but I'm a ride or die with them.
They're up and coming though. They got some good young players.
They working it out.
Young.
Yeah, for real.
He the truth.
Well, so when did you find out that love for basketball at such a young age?
Well, ever since I was like a super baby, because like my mom put the ball in my hand. She got pictures of me when I was like 1 trying to shoot, falling on my ass.
Yeah, yeah, you was all right.
Yeah, but
Nerf basketball, all that.
Yeah, all that. First Shaq court, the little breakaway.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Ever since that's all I do.
Who did you watch back then?
Jordan. And then when he retired, Kobe.
Yeah. So a big Kobe fan.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Super
How about
Kobe
you, sir?
fan.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, with your love for basketball.
I mean, my father played soccer, so I didn't really do the basketball like that until I had a growth spurt. And then it was undeniable. Like, when I started playing, I just fell in love with it and never stopped since then.
So you said soccer you started with? Or your dad?
Yeah, my father, he played soccer, so of course I did it too. But I didn't really love it.
Yeah.
Love it, you know.
But you developed, Cali Sportsman always talks about the footwork that you developed.
Soccer definitely goes hand in hand with basketball.
Yeah, so a lot of my post work and everything, footwork and everything came from soccer. So, yeah, that was a good start for me. But I came from Baltimore, Maryland.
No good.
And I've been incarcerated for about 1.5 years. But before that, I played a year at West Virginia University, and then I played D2 at Fairmont State.
No kidding.
So yeah, I've
So
done pretty well.
what was your chasing hoop dreams back then? What were you chasing?
I mean, I wanted that NBA. I wanted that dream, but I mean, when you get recruited to play at a big school, and you get there, you realize that, man, the small forward is 6'8", man, and you gotta, if you're gonna be 6'4", you gotta PJ Tucker it. You know what I mean? So it's a whole different class of athlete and things of that nature.
So how did you deal with that?
I mean,
on your toughness.
You get humble. You're a high school superstar, and then go to the next level, you get humble, if anything, to say the least. So, but I mean, the love never died. But yeah.
How was your experience at D2?
D2, I made the All-American team my junior year. Yeah, I was honorable mention All-American my junior year, and then my senior year I kind of just fell off. You know what I mean? Kind of just fell off after that. I guess with the humbleness, you start reality starts to set in and everything. So, but you
lost a little bit of the fire.
Yeah, to like get better, and you know. So,
what do you think was missing that caused that?
Just reality when you start thinking about life and money and what you're gonna do afterwards and everything like that. I had actually had an agent at one point, and I had a contract to go to Italy, and it fell through. And after that, I was just like, man,
that was it. That was the end of the chase.
Just forget it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. Like Adam, one of our guys, he went to Thailand. One of my guys, and they ended up not paying all the imports, and so the imports halfway through the season had to come home. And that was the second experience. His first appearance, the team went bankrupt in Denmark. So he's played 3 seasons pro, and both came out bad situations, but he's still fighting it. But you know, it's really tough to keep it going when you're so close, and then it slips through the cracks. You know, and it's not your fault too, which is the toughest part to get over mentally. It's more mental than anything.
Yeah, to bounce back from all that.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say as far as, you know, working with Dwayne and Mustafa and the mentorship that you've been through your, you know, situations for the last 7 years? I'm sure you learned a lot from your experiences. So what do you want to say now to these youth that are coming up, you know, behind you?
Well, for one, and if you really love something, stick with it. Like, don't let the rap videos and the materialistic things cloud your head. Like, stick with it, stay in the books, and just do it. Just like Nike say, just do it.
Huh?
Yeah, that's really it. Just Cause man, it's hard. Like once you fall between them cracks, it's kind of hard to get out. Like you really gotta have a strong mind.
It's like when you win it, you don't really think about the consequences.
Oh no, you don't think about them at all.
Yeah.
Because whatever you're doing it for money.
Yeah.
Like, so it clouds you.
Yeah.
But man, it's.
How about you, sir? What do you want to say to him?
I mean, basically along the same lines, you know, to piggyback off that, if you want to do something, just do it. Like anybody can do anything. If I could go back and be that kid again, I would just go full-heartedly at what I loved, you know.
Yeah.
My brother watched me mess up and stuff, and now he's playing professionally, you know, because he just kept on the same road and he really loved something and stuck with it.
Yeah.
So I would say a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from others' mistakes, you know. So any kids out there, I would just say, whatever you fall in love with, go at it full-heartedly. You have no regrets at the end of the day.
No doubt.
Yep.
So let's go to the courts, right? So Saturday, what was it like for you on Saturday?
I wasn't really nervous, but I just think it was like
somebody thinks so.
I was just like so ready. we kind of fumbled a little bit, but after like we sat down for a little bit, like we got it together, and then they realized they couldn't really mess with us.
What's the nervousness? I know for me, when I used to go play recreational and stuff like that, it's like you try to size up the guy. You're like, is he better than me? Like, your mind. Where was your mind at?
I just wanted us to just go in there and just kill everybody, like, because I know my team. Like I know we're capable of doing it.
Yeah. Was that that was your first competitive tournament or anything since you've been out, right?
Yeah.
So that's got to be nerves. Just getting back into like because rec ball is rec ball. Yeah. You play pickup all day, but once it becomes a tournament and you're playing for something, that changes stuff.
And then like in prison, like it's some people who hoop, but they really don't be hooping like that.
Not consistent.
So it's nothing. Yeah. Like you used to just, man, I'm gonna kill this dude right here. Like everywhere you go. Yeah. But actually, when you actually get out, like they out there all day, every day. Like they got trainers. So it's like, you got to be on it. Yeah. But
how about you, sir? What was you thinking Saturday?
I'm from Baltimore. Look, we hoop. I was not scared. I don't feel like nobody can guard me.
Yeah.
Period.
So you was just
period.
Bring
so
it.
When I seen
the
caliber,
let's go.
Caliber of people, I was like, man, we better win.
Yeah.
I was more or less mad, you know, at anything. I get mad when they score.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be scoring. Period. Like rip their heart out. You know. Yeah.
So let's fast forward Sunday. So Saturday, everything was successful. Saturday, obviously,
worked
Sunday,
out.
So Sunday comes up, right?
Successful until the last game. What's his name? What is his Instagram name? King Rue.
He put it on him.
Yeah, he
that dude got hot.
8 threes.
Wait! Before all that, we don't want to patronize him just yet, because somebody here had to take off.
Oh yeah.
I had to get out of there.
What happened? What happened to you?
Man, I'm in a program. The program called me to come back, so I had to leave. I had to leave ASAP, and I thought I'd be able to come back, but
no,
they weren't trying to let me come back.
What was your thoughts when you had to leave, man?
I was like, damn, but I knew we could put it like bring it out. But I knew me and my other teammate Money, we was gonna have to really me and him was gonna have to really go in, and we did, but. I'd rather have him. He's 6'4". He's 6'4". That's less.
So you was back at the spot, man. What were you like, man? Like what? Like what were you?
I was still trying to come back. They was just like, nah. They just going to do it without you. But they was heating up the last couple games.
Right.
So I was like,
so you saw that?
Yeah, they was going to be all right. And then
you got to follow it online and Instagram and stuff.
Well, I was following it by DJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course. And I'm just like, so they won the next one. So they're gonna win. Bring me back my champion T-shirt. Bring it back. And then I seen them come back, and they was kind of like, I was like, All
right, so old boy was hitting shots.
He was hitting,
obviously.
He was hitting a lot of shots.
Hey, tough shots. It wasn't like they weren't playing deep.
Yeah,
right. No, I was there.
The guy was pulling from deep.
2-3 feet behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, Steph Curry 3.
And knocking them.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
I saw
yeah, it was crazy.
That was kind of rough.
He did that, though. I mean, you can't take it from him. He did that.
So what did you walk away with? I mean, second place, but what it meant, like, experience-wise, what did you walk away with that day, that Sunday?
I was tired.
Yeah.
For one. But
accomplished? You feel accomplished?
Yeah,
like, what was
it felt good because it was the first tournament that I played in since I've been back. So I felt like we accomplished a lot. like we really showed them like no matter what, prison or not, like we still hoop.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
It just woke something up in me.
Yeah.
I want to play some more.
You got it back.
Yeah, I want to play some more.
Cool,
I like having a little referee there and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So what's next?
Shit, the next tournament. More practice. Shit, I don't know. We got to check with Dwayne and see what he's talking about, but we definitely going to be out there.
You guys been to the Sparks games, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like for the Sparks games for you?
I mean, it's cool. I wish it was the Lakers right now, but it's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. It's a cool environment to be in.
They
Like,
ball too, though.
Yeah,
Them
no, they be
females-
hooping.
Females.
Yeah, I mean, I love basketball, so I watch little kids, high school. Like, it don't matter. I just watch it.
Yeah.
So it's a cool experience.
Yeah, I just want to say I love Candace Parker.
I think we all do.
Man, that lady is gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
And she
ballin'.
she could hoop even.
She can
makes her
ball.
even
She's dropping
cuter.
dimes, straight dimes. Yeah,
And that's after like 2 kids,
Mhm.
which is even crazier.
Right.
yeah.
What's after? I don't want to go too far in the future, but what's next for you outside of the program? You got some ideas or some visions or?
Oh yeah, well I'm a barber, so that's my next goal. But I'm really trying to like do something with this basketball, even if it's like mentoring little kids, helping them out. Like that's pretty much.
You staying in Cali? Or you going back to?
I mean, I'm gonna be on parole.
You gotta stay
in Cali
here,
for
yeah.
A little bit,
All
but
right, all right.
eventually I will be going back.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I want to do some things with coaching, even if it's like little kids or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to referee, take some referee classes,
nice.
and things of that nature, and just be a better father and stay straight on the straight and narrow.
No doubt.
yeah, stay out. That's.
I know we was
One goal.
talking to you. I think that was Saturday,
Yeah.
and they asked you to carry some water.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and he was like, "Nah, can't do it."
Yeah, these ankle
Like, I'm not
monitors
going
ain't no
out,
joke.
going out of that range, huh?
Yeah.
Anything you want to
No,
bring
just
up?
one thing I was curious about, and but going into the tournament, you got the ankle monitors on. Were you at all worried about what other people may think? Did that even cross your mind?
No.
Or are you just out here to hoop and
Yeah, I'm just
we're
gonna hoop.
ready to go?
Playing basketball. I heard one lady, she's like, look, they all have something on their side. that made me, that's when I thought about it. Like, I do.
Just out of sight. You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah. Before that, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Right. Till you heard her comment.
Yeah.
And then just the other question is just, what's the number one motivation in your life not to go back, besides just not going back to prison, but incarcerated? But what outside of that is your motivation? Like you said, you're a father, but is it the kids the motivation, or what's that?
Number one is my son and daughter. Never leave them again for nothing.
Nice.
Missed enough time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, same for me. My daughter and my son.
You have
Like,
2 kids?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's number one. And then like I spent a lot of time on the higher yards, like with a lot of lifers, and they really like showed me like that really ain't for me.
They spoke into
Like,
you, or just seen by watching them?
Just paying attention. Just
Okay.
it's not in there. I'm not gonna be 50, 60 in there. Like no, that's not a good look.
It's like they're alive, but they're not alive.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're
part of the
zombies.
system.
They're just doing
Their number.
regular
Yeah.
routine every day.
Like you could
not
actually
me.
see the defeat in their eyes.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for sharing
serious.
that.
Yeah, that's serious. All right, so we're going to take another break because I got 2 more guests coming up here to share what they're up to. So, again, this is Sports Collective TV. Make sure you check out the highlight reel on the Instagram this evening. I promise I'm going to put that up for my man Double R. It was fire, too, so we'll put that up later on. And, again, just make sure you check us out on social media at Sports Collective Media. And, again, if you need information about sickle cell trait, WDCONSCT.org. Shouts out to P4E. You going to hang around for a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
good.
Cool. All right. We'll be right back. Sports Collective TV. The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form
authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep.
Yeah, so my name is Ken Q. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a youth advocate, and I'm a host. I do a multitude of different things. Event producer, spoken word artist. Got to plug that as well. So
so it's good to have these organizations that are creating events that are organically to be able to get people to socialize, to communicate, to talk. Where did you get all that mental toughness?
For me, it's been learned throughout trial and error, to be honest. About 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, I made a decision, and I said I don't want to do anything that's not in alignment with my purpose. In order to reach purpose, you have to go through trial. So for me, I just learned to embrace the trial, and for me, my trial, my rock bottom was homelessness. So that gave me a whole nother level of mental toughness.
Voice out west, legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked.
AskIlya.com. Media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskIlya.com.
Here we go. All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Farron, aka WDC. Again, I want to thank you for listening in. This thing is not. This is just.
Is that too high?
Yeah, that's too high.
Okay.
Oh, that's why. That's live, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. What happens when you live?
Okay.
No.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be right back. We'll get these microphones. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh,
too.
man, that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. You know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait, there's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
That's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www. Oh, all right. Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. We got these microphones in order now. Again, so thanks for listening so far. We just appreciate you for checking out our show. Again, make sure you go to our social media to catch the highlights at Sports Collective Media on Instagram. And make sure you check out P4E as well, because Don's posting all the highlights for his league. All right, so these gentlemen are not brand new. You might have seen Michael on my show last week on the Music Marketplace in Time. My man Poncho here is not brand new. Introduce yourself, man, and we'll get started.
Poncho Perry, host of NBA Heads Corner.
Oh, Michelangelo Salisbury, co-host NBA Heads Corner.
So, give me some sports background, man.
Basically, Mike and I has been best friends since the second grade elementary. We go back that far.
Yeah.
But my sports background comes from my dad being a basketball coach and me at a very, very young age. And the gyms was my basketball safe haven, as well as my babysitter.
Okay.
As growing up for my brothers, and I have 4 other brothers. And, during that, my dad coached greats like Marcus Johnson, Sidney Wicks, Curtis Rowe, Swin Nader, Freeman Williams, you name it.
Yeah.
Just a host of local talent that came out of South Central LA that made good, but played on the national scale. Whether it was at UCLA or Verbum Day or Manual Arts, Crenshaw High.
Yeah.
Those stars I grew up watching. So I got a pretty strong pedigree, when it comes to basketball. And through that, I was able to play college basketball, play professionally, internationally for a number of years.
Okay, don't go that far. Yeah, hold on. So you mentioned about that gym being your almost babysitter.
Yes.
So what did you develop in from your pop, watching your pops in that coaching aspect? What did you see?
We was raised with a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of discipline to be a basketball player. And my dad instilled that in us at a very young age. And so I grew up with that discipline, and I learned the work ethics and what it took to become good. Not only from him, but, as far as my IQ is concerned.
Right.
At a very young age, being around pro athletes and working out with them growing up and them sharing knowledge with me and, and just sharing their different experiences with me, that just always gave me an advantage, IQ wise.
So and that's probably the biggest thing,
right?
Is IQ.
Yes.
Athletics is there.
Yep.
I always say you can't beat fundamentals. I don't care how much highlight you got in your reel.
No,
but for me, the basic fundamentals, boxing out, and all those kind of things,
and that's what separates you, because you get to a certain point when you play, everybody's athletic.
Right.
You look across the NBA, everybody's athletic.
I think
so
what happens,
what's going to separate you?
But see, this is what happens.
IQ.
This has happened to most players. When you get beat by somebody fundamental, you will never forget that. You're thinking that, and you're like trying to think, why did
I lose?
Why did he get? And then he
put a body on me. Huh?
Yeah, that's what Larry Bird. That's how Larry Bird got by.
Yeah.
That's how he got by. His height and his fundamentals. He was in his skill. He wasn't more athletic than everybody.
Yeah.
If you say at your levels that you played at, what was your chasing hoop dreams back then?
My chasing hoop dreams probably came when I got to high school. When I got to high school is when, we played against cats like Sean Higgins that was like 6'9", that can do everything I can do.
Yeah.
In order for me to be, to even compete with him, I have to be special.
Yeah.
And that's what my dad taught me. So my hoop dreams came from when I got to high school, and all these cats start, the one and done,
Chris Mills,
and before that, Big John Williams, them dudes was just like head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah.
And here I am at 5'8" when I graduated. I was probably like 5'8" when I graduated, 5'7" when I graduated. I could dunk.
Yeah.
I was fast. But why they gonna come get somebody like me when they gonna get somebody 6'8", 6'9" that can do the same things I can do? So that's when realities, set in for you as a basketball player. And understand, there's only 5 positions in basketball, bro. This ain't baseball. It's not soccer. It's not football. We can find somewhere to put you to use your athleticism. But it's only 5. You can't hide. So you have to be that special. But most importantly, academically and me getting my education, going to school, using basketball to get, my scholarship to go play for my education. That was probably
the biggest.
that was.
And then you played overseas.
Yes, then I played overseas. And
so you got to do both. You got to do your education and get professional.
Yes, because we want to make sure that the youth understand that the NBA is not just the only professional team in the country. You could go overseas and play professionally at that level and have the same, acknowledgement or gratification, whatever that drive is. That's a level of.
And 3-on-3 is blowing up all over the world.
It is. It is. And
I still
have friends that I played with that end up living overseas. Yeah. Shout out to Sean Jameson because he ended up being a European player and stayed there. And he played for the Clippers for a short time, but he made life. He made life out of basketball. Yeah. And he's.
What's up with you, man? Give us some of your basketball.
Oh man, I'm just a sports lover. I mean, Puncho, we've been knowing each other and we went to high school together. I played, but I wasn't as serious. But it taught me a lesson to teach a lot of people. I remember my son, his mother said, "I want Jesse to play." And he's 6'4", 6'5". I want him to play basketball, and I was like, "Well, there's a reason why he doesn't want to play." So I called him up and I said, "Man, what's going on?" He says, "Dad, how about this? If I'm on the free throw line and I have to win the game, I really don't care. Therefore, I don't feel competitive." Wow. And I said, I went back to his mother. I said, "There's nothing I can say about that because that's honestly the answer."
No, that's a lot of dudes on it. So that's a lot of kids don't give you because they want to live for their parents. Yeah, their parents want to live through them.
And so for me, I was a high jumper and I was high off my feet. I can catch a lob, I can go back. But my heart wasn't there like they know it was. Mm-hmm. But what happened was my career musically. Coming from that background, I'm always a baller. I always played basketball, but I always kept in contact with certain friends I played basketball with. Yeah. And so when we started our show, NBA Hits Corner, I'm producing podcasts. Puncho is a great speaker. Why not come back and get my buddy? Yeah. Who has?
And Mike was one of those special athletes that could. He was so talented because he was so athletic, bro. Like, he was the first kid I knew that could dunk. Yeah. Like, he was long, lanky, and he was always taller than. But not only that, he was very athletic. Yeah. But not only that, he was musically talented. Like, we don't go or grow up with a lot of kids that have both those talents. Yeah. You mean you can go sit on a piano and just play anything and then stop and just go dunk the ball and come play with me? I mean, how many dudes we still go places and he just get on the piano? I'm like, man, I was just throwing you lobs in the 9th grade. You was just dunking
He's
the
dude that I hated.
Exactly.
Came too easy for him.
Then not only that, he got all the girls. Right. He got all the girls. I play basketball and I can serenade you. Yes.
But you know what? The whole overall thing is because as a music producer, I learned to evaluate talent. So that's the same thing as we talk about basketball. We can sit up here and all talk about how we evaluate, and you know who has it, who doesn't, who's there but not focused, and who has all the talent in the world, but it's just not going to happen.
But with your son being so tall, you didn't think like maybe he might just.
I wanted him to, but he wanted to get the degree. As an engineer, so I'm cool with that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Education first.
And I mean,
so that was my whole thing. Like, I could talk basketball, but I had to tell you the real story. It wasn't my heart.
Yeah. I always like Mike, and he's so humble. When he was in the 90s in the hit group Portrait at the time.
Right.
That was my boy.
Right.
But they was
like that's in second grade.
They was hot. I'm like, that's my boy right there, right? And so I'm like,
that's a soundtrack in my life.
Here, killing celebrity basketball game, and they don't even know it, right?
No, let me tell you, in the celebrity basketball games, they would be like, "Bro, I didn't know you could jump."
Right, exactly, man, exactly. Like the kids in New Edition play basketball. Yeah,
me and Brian
didn't nobody know, but this dude, man.
We used to go at it.
So what brought on? You said you do podcasts already.
Well, I'm just a creative person, so I wanted to try. A lot of times when I was trying and testing the waters, it was really things on my mind because there's stuff that I expressed with music, and then there's stuff that I wanted to say. So I was like, let me try this little, and I'm doing it, and I'm like, okay, because I'm a natural with it. Like but I'm like, at the stage of my life, helping people or being a part of a team, like I'm so self-contained at everything, it gets to the point where you have to, and all the great things that were done were by teams.
Mhm.
So same team sports concept, music and sports is so similar.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? My friend is great at this. He likes to express himself. Let me join together and let's do something, talk about something that we know and love.
And it's something that I dibble and dab on Facebook just for
of course,
for
of course,
recreation.
of
But,
course.
my basketball academy that I birthed, for the last going on 20 years, I didn't produce like a lot of pro players, a lot of college athlete boys and girls that I've raised since 6, 7, 8 years old, all the way till they graduated college.
Yeah.
So now it's time for another chapter, in my life. What I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to coach for the rest of my life, and I've set a foundation for other kids to follow the blueprint.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
Yeah.
Even their kids will know what to do, because now I'm coaching my first generation kids that I coach.
Wow, now you got their kids.
Now I have their kids playing for me. So
NBA, let's just go right off the top. NBA, Laker fan, obviously, both of y'all, obviously.
Yes, represent.
Come on,
whatever.
Kick. Now we can all talk younger because we used to hate y'all. We had
Thank
nice
you.
battles.
Thank you. So what's your point of view of the Lakers? I know, like we've had different hosts with us, and everybody had we all got our rivals. So we don't agree on all subjects. Do you guys agree on all subjects as Lakers, or do you disagree on Lakers subjects?
No, we agree mostly on all Lakers subjects because we was born and bred Laker fans. We grew up down the street from the Forum, bro. We could walk to the Forum on a good day when we were kids.
The way I bounce off of him with our show is that I might be a little skeptical.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm still watching, like.
See how it works first.
Yeah, I don't want to, and I'll go punch it. What you think?
You don't see no chemistry yet?
And then it's just, no, I see, but I'm just watching what's going on.
You're not going to give him the championship ring before the
I'm just.
I mean, I don't.
I know. I'm saying I believe in them, but I just want to watch the depth.
Development.
We have the roster to win a championship? If we won it, it wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be no big surprise
No.
if we won it. Now, do we have depth? Yes, we have depth.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking from a basketball fan, not a Laker fan right now.
Right.
I'm looking at our roster from beginning. I'm looking from our from top to bottom. Probably had the best roster and the most depth.
So what about the roster you had last season? What was I don't want to use the word wrong, but what was up with that roster when you had such young talent? Why not keep that talent and
I would say what he said. There wasn't no team. They were just a bunch of players.
Well, injuries took place, and you have to account for injury. A team has to be lucky to go a whole year and not sustain any injuries to their star players in order to develop chemistry. Timing was bad for us when injuries started to hurt the Lakers. We was a couple of games out of first in the third seed, and just a few games out of first place.
We went down after that.
Yes, and then injuries
It was just
started.
compounded one after another.
Were you skeptical over there back last season?
I worried about some things, but I'm a worrier. So you have to understand, dude. We're so used to A-class. We used to be
LA fans
champions.
is rough, boy.
And so
16 championships don't lie.
I mean, we're a little spoiled, so we're a little biased, of course. And if you look at the pedigree of the Lakers and the superstars that's come here, from Wilt to Jerry West to Elgin, and the list goes on. Kobe, Shaq.
Where's
LeBron,
Eddie Jones?
AD
Where's
now.
Eddie Jones at?
Eddie Jones, he's a B-list. He's a B-list. superstar.
He didn't get a championship.
Yes. Yeah. No,
he was still good.
But these are Hall of Fame players I'm talking about.
But have you guys noticed that when our basketball team is on, the whole city is on? It's
the only thing that brings everybody
it makes you want to go out more.
Yes.
You want to go out more.
Yes.
You want to experience LA. It's just
The whole city is
Detroit doesn't happen like that. That's crazy.
No.
The whole city's on fire.
We understand.
We understand. The whole city's on
with the
fire.
bad boys for sure.
Yeah.
The whole city. So,
Not when Chauncey was
are you going to allow?
That's his guy.
Are you going to allow people of other teams to come? To battle you on your show as far as who's the best NBA team? Are you going to allow Celtics players?
Oh yeah, no. Everybody's.
Or you just for Laker groups only?
No. Everybody. That's what's going to make the podcast show so special. That people are going to have a voice to be able to represent their team, and we're open for all debates. I mean, and it is what it is. You see my show on Facebook. We debate all the time. That's what
I put Don in a couple of those.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. 2 and 2 together.
That's it.
Yes. And it gets heated.
I was like, what? I was like, where's Don at?
I was like, I need to get in this debate right now.
Let me go get Don.
And it gets heated. And I have a lot of former NBA players, that give their input. Marcus Johnson is on there all the time. Yeah. Darwin Cook. But there's just Sean Higgins. There's just a lot of former NBA players that's there. And people can even ask questions. That's what makes it so live.
So speaking across the board as basketball, where are you at with the Clippers squad?
That's so funny how we just had that.
I like the Clipper squad.
Yeah.
I really like the Clipper squad, and I like the parity that the NBA has right now with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard being over there. Did I want Kawhi to come to the Lakers? Selfishly, yes, I did. Yeah. I just want everything for the Lakers. But when he went to the Clippers and then they got Paul George, my antennas went up because didn't nobody see Paul George coming.
Yeah.
Right. That was almost like when we got Gasol. Yeah. It's like, didn't nobody see that?
Out of the blue.
Yeah, it came out of the blue. Didn't nobody see that coming? And I'm like,
common denominator, Jerry West. I'm just saying.
That's some bullshit, Jerry West.
So
he could have made that.
Exactly. Are y'all on the edge of y'all seats for this coming season?
Let me tell you what
First game of the season, bro.
Let me tell you what I feel, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way.
Only you.
You want to like them because you want to like Kawhi and Paul because they're from where we are.
LA natives.
So at least it brings excitement box office to the games. So we're gonna be like, I want to see who's gonna win because I wish they were with us.
But it's never been this competitive. Like both teams have a chance to win a championship.
Yeah.
Never.
Because they did pretty good last year, just with what they
But
had.
the Clippers just can't get past the second round, and you look at the superstars they've had. Even from Elton Brand and Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson, them dudes had a hell of a team. And then you come fast forward to Chris Paul.
Injuries.
Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake, and they still can't get past the
difference with these two guys, they've already gotten past the second round. Those other guys never
individually
did. They never did before, and so they already have experience.
Yes,
even Paul George
they definitely have. They definitely have
finals.
experience. But let me tell you about the Clipper organization, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean this: they're cursed.
Cursed?
That's some ownership, man.
Yeah, they're cursed, bro.
Why?
Donald Sterling cursed that franchise.
That'll be an episode on NBA. You'll see.
We may have to come and debate that one.
Yeah,
September 15th.
That on NBA
September 15th.
We'll be guests on their show.
We're definitely going on your show for that comment.
That Clipper organization is cursed.
So who are the Lakers worried about this season? Who you worried about, Mike? Not the Warriors. Who you worried about?
That's good. You know what? For some reason, I'm not going to count out. I just don't want to. That's another one I'm waiting. I don't want to count out.
Don't sleep on that.
I won't sleep on them at all. A lot of people
he's going to be back for a playoff.
Yes. Yeah. Then they got Cauley Stein, too, man.
I don't think they done, but...
And Russell?
And they got Russell's going to contribute.
Y'all not worried about the Rockets?
I'm worried about the Rockets.
Okay.
That's who.
I would be. If I was a Laker fan
over there,
I'd be worried about the Rockets.
Yes,
the whole West is stacked though.
That's really my opinion.
Utah got better. Portland got better.
Denver,
and those were all top tier.
Yeah, Denver was balling last year.
And don't sleep on Denver. Denver got better.
And guess what? Guess what? The importance, and you brought it up when we had this session. We talked about it. It's the tier 2 and 3 trades
That's
People
free agents.
sleeping on
all the underlining superstar that don't get all the love, that was free agents.
Right.
They made other teams better.
Yeah, Utah especially.
Yes,
they got
Utah. Utah is going to be smoked.
Conley,
Every NBA
Curry,
matchup is going to
they're
be
gonna
good
beasts.
this year.
So who you worried about in the West? I mean, I'm sorry, in the East. Once you
The East always going to be top heavy.
when the East
That's
is in the
only
house,
thing.
oh my God, danger.
That's old.
Milwaukee is going to be tough again.
what-
Milwaukee is definitely going to be tough. Philadelphia, man, is going to be really good. Boston, they still going to be tough.
I'm just marking my words. The Greek Freak's going to be in Laker in 2 years.
They just signed your boy Beasley.
Mark my words.
Today.
Don't sleep on that.
What?
Greek Freak's going to be a Laker in 2 years.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna note that one. All right, before we get out of here,
Don't
my
sleep
last
on it. When LeBron's gone,
question
slide it.
I can see
is
that.
what's your views on Carmelo?
Carmelo did something to somebody, and he's not saying. But you just don't go from being the all-time winningest Olympic basketball player to not playing in the NBA, bro.
Not 18.
When you can
Not
still,
one team. When you still
You could
got
give, what,
something
15?
left in the tank.
Oh, he can
All
get
right.
20 if he wanted to.
No,
On the
he
right
can't.
team.
So
Something happened.
Something
All right,
happened.
all right, let me see.
Nobody's not saying.
What happened? What's up?
I'm not going to believe with some of the people thinking the game has changed for a person like him, because if he's an athlete like he is and has a basketball IQ, he'll know how to finesse and fit his game in. So,
But will he want
I'm thinking somebody
Something
must have
happened.
blackballed him.
What do you think?
I just think he doesn't. He's never come across the mindset of molding into his new role, being the number one guy. He's always been the ISO guy, and he was beast. Like he's the best scorer in the league, I think, at that time.
At that
Durant
time,
passed
yes.
him up now,
Right.
but now he's more. He's got to convert into that Lou Williams role,
Right.
And I don't know if he's necessarily has that mindset yet.
I think the Clippers should pick him up. That's what I think.
Either Laker team,
Yeah,
either LA team,
either
could
one.
pick him up.
They both got a slot
to be
left.
on the team, man.
Yeah, they both
He
got a
definitely
slot.
deserves a spot.
Yes.
All right, so we got to get out of here. Last minute shout outs. We got like 10 seconds.
NBA Heads Corner, starting September 5th. It's on Facebook. For now, you guys, check it out.
We going, Don.
Hey, we're debating that first. That's all I want to say.
Anything before we get out of here?
I just want to everybody tune in. NBA Heads
Yes,
Corner,
sir.
September 15th.
We shall.
Okay,
We
that'll
shall
be out
see.
first.
All right.
I want to thank you, brother.
No problem, man. I appreciate
Yes.
you for coming out, man.
Yes, sir.
Michael, thank you for
No
nice seeing you
problem.
again
Always.
too.
Yeah. Good, yeah.
All right, so we out of here. We a little bit over time. This is Sports Collective TV. Check us out on Instagram at Sports Collective Media. Next Monday we'll be back. More shows.